If you are like me and super excited about the holidays, but also know there's sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes and all the potatoes to make and you're a little overwhelmed with what to do, y'all, you need to join me today. I am prepping streusel topped sweet potato casserole, mashed potato casserole, and pumpkin chocolate chip bundt cake, y'all, from the Passionate Penny Pincher Celebration Menu Plans. Menu planning made easy. These are all of your holiday meals in a happy box for Thanksgiving, for Christmas, for all the holidays through the year. And we have a special bundle deal right now where you can get any 3 of our boxes for a great price. Click the link in the video. If you have them, please let people know so I don't have to stand here and sell them. I hate selling them, but they are so good and you just need them. You just need them in your life. So I have never done this before, but I am prepping a week ahead my mashed potato casserole and my sweet potato casserole. So who wants to join me? Good morning, Deliska. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad y'all are on this morning. Tell me good morning. Also, if you will hit the share this button and I will enter you to win a $25 Amazon gift card. I am so excited that you're here this morning and I hope you are having an amazing day. Okay, so tell me what you're making for Thanksgiving. Tell me if you've ever prepped ahead. We're gonna prep these ahead together and I am super excited about them. This is, when you open up your little box, when you get it, it comes with all the holidays. And so you'll see the Thanksgiving holiday right there. There's everything we're gonna make. And we're just gonna go ahead today and we're gonna prep the potato casserole, mashed potato casserole, and pumpkin chocolate chip bundt cake. So that's where we're gonna go. So I have we're starting with the make ahead mashed potato casserole. Hang on, let me keep my cards together. So let's set that right over there. We've got 3 pounds of russet potatoes that I have already gone ahead and cooked. So I've got my potatoes cooked up right here. We're doing a lot of potatoes this morning, y'all. And I'm gonna add in 2/3 cups of sour cream. Actually, I'm gonna do that second. This is 3 ounces of cream cheese and 2 tablespoons of butter is what I've already put in there, okay? So we're gonna add that in. Then we are gonna add in 2/3 cup of sour cream. Now, I will tell you that traditionally on Thanksgiving, our family does regular mashed potatoes that we make on the day of Thanksgiving. However, I'm trying this out this year. I'm gonna see how my family, how they handle it. We need to add the rest of the things in. We're gonna add in 1/4 cup of milk. And I'm gonna go ahead and freeze these for the week. So I'll freeze these until next week. 1/4 cup of milk, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. So I'm just gonna kind of guesstimate here. Actually, let's do this right. 3/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Let's see. There we go. How many of y'all need to make this for Thanksgiving with me? How many of y'all would love to do this? So what I'm gonna do with these is once I finish them up, 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Oh, we also have the spoons in the Passionate Penny Pincher shop right now, if you like these wooden spoons. And there are codes, when you get to the shop, look, there are codes at the top of the page to help you save some money. The codes do not work on the bundle deals, just so you know. Oh y'all, this is just happiness in a pot. That's what this is right here. So do y'all like your potatoes super whipped or not super whipped? I like them really whipped, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the snot out of these, whip these really, really well. You can see that butter is just sitting in there. I should have melted that butter a little bit more because I want it to mix through really good. But basically, this is like you're making Bob Evans mashed potatoes for your own family ahead of time. So I want to get mine really good and mixed so that they're in really good shape. There we go. What do y'all think? Because I think I added a few extra potatoes and because I want this to taste really moist, I'm going to add just a little bit more milk. Just because I want mine to be I like real creamy mashed potatoes. That's more than enough. I just want really nice creamy mashed potatoes. Now, you can cover and store this in the refrigerator up to 1 to 2 days before you bake, or do what I'm gonna do, and we're just gonna freeze them. So what I'm gonna do now is I've got an already greased 9x13 pan, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna put these suckers right in there. I will say this is a massive pot, so y'all Let's see if I can do this. We're gonna go ahead and pour those potatoes out. Oh my word. You could also do this if you wanted to make these ahead for freezer meals for yourself. You could do this in 2 smaller dishes if you don't need this many potatoes for just you guys. Y'all, I'm gonna taste them real fast. You want me to taste them? I'll lick the spoon here in a second and I'll tell you if they're any good. I mean, really, how could they not be delicious? Can y'all see that? Okay. Big old thing of potatoes. Next up, we're gonna do the sweet potato casserole. So how many of you guys do sweet potato casserole? How many of you do traditional sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top? My husband's family does the traditional sweet potatoes with the marshmallows on top. So I'm actually prepping this just for him to have. For a regular side dish for just us to have on a night, but I wanted to go ahead and test it and make it myself to just see how it tasted. Okay, let's taste this, girls. Let's see if this is any good. What kind of potatoes did you use? I just used regular Idaho potatoes. Mashed potatoes for breakfast are not terrible. It's pretty good. Okay, I gotta rinse off my beaters real fast because I'm gonna need them. Oh y'all, that was yummy. Okay, we're gonna do the sweet potato casserole next, and I am super excited about what I did with the sweet potato casserole because this is gonna like change your life. So at our house, we normally do the regular sweet potatoes, and the cooking of them, the hardest part I feel like is getting your potatoes cooked to the right setting. So here's our sweet potatoes, and I wanted to do this with you guys so that you could see them. So I went ahead and I'm making this into 2 9x13 pans because like I said, we are gonna actually use these just as freezer side dishes. I will put foil, I'll show you what I'm gonna do with that one at the end. Actually, I'll just do them to both of them at the same time. So I've got my sweet potato here, but I wanted you to see, I gotta find where my camera is at. Here's my sweet potatoes, okay? All I did was I put these in at like 5:30 this morning. When I went for a walk, my family was home, so it was fine. I came back, I let them cook at 400 for about an hour, maybe a little bit longer than an hour. I want you to see how easy that's gonna come out of the skin for you. It's just easy, easy, easy. And I wanted to save one. I already did 2, but this is my last guy. I personally don't like sweet potatoes, so this would not be a recipe I would ever personally really eat. Even though I will say I do like a sweet potato casserole more than I like those awful sweet potatoes that are just baked. However, my family loves, my husband, like last night when I said, hey, sweetie, if I make some sweet potato casserole ahead and make it into 2 dishes, will you eat it as a side dish? He was like, oh, I had won his soul, y'all. The man will never, ever leave me because I can cook for him. I don't know if that's true. I think he's stuck. I think we're stuck. We've been together a long time. Okay, so we've got the recipe. What I need is, I'm just mashing these by hand, and actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go ahead and whip these suckers up. You can see how whipped these are. They are nice and soft, and I just used a pastry blender to do those. Okay, so I've got my recipe card over here, and I am gonna add in a cup of sugar, a 1/2 cup of melted butter. Oh, that was eggs, which is fine because I have to add in 3 eggs. I was like, oh no, a 1/2 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of evaporated milk. Here we go. And a little bit of vanilla. It's a 1/2 teaspoon. No, let me make sure that's right. A teaspoon of vanilla. I'm gonna just guess that. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this right up. And what I'm gonna do with this one is the same thing I'm gonna do with that other one. I'm gonna wrap these with some saran wrap and then some foil, and then I will put them in my freezer until it's time to cook them. And I'll let them set out about a day ahead of time. And my tip from my friend Cherie, who is awesome, and she is being such a good, she's had her poor parents, bless their hearts, are going through a rough season, and so she is helping out with them, but I was asking her last night, I said, okay, Cherie, if I make this ahead, what are your tips? And she said, just be sure that you go ahead and wait to do the streusel topping. So I'm not gonna do the streusel topping until it's actually the day of cooking. So I'll just add that on. So what I'm gonna do now is I've got 2 8x8 pans. Now, if I was doing this for a full family for Thanksgiving, I would do 1 9x13. But like I said, my sweet family is used to the same old marshmallow stuff. So I'm gonna split this into 2 and make them into 2 side dishes. James is gonna be so darn happy, y'all. He's gonna be so happy. There's 1, there's 2. Make sure I get all this yummy goodness in there. And then I'll actually do that topping. I'll just wait and I'll make it on the day that I'm cooking it. So what you can do is pop these in your freezer. Already done. Now you want to flash freeze them because otherwise they're kind of mushy. So you want to freeze them flat so that you don't have stuff going all over the place. These would also be great if you had somebody maybe who was sick. If you have some of these in your freezer and you need to take a meal to somebody, your meal is done, y'all. And I love that like more than I can even tell you. I had a friend this morning, my friend Lori, bless her heart, she has a family member who's not doing too hot, and so she's heading up and they were talking about meals, and I was like, man, it is so nice to have freezer meals that you can take to people when they need something. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap these suckers. I'm going to take my Preston seal and do 1 of these guys. And then the next thing we're gonna make is the pumpkin chocolate chip bundt cake. I'm thinking we might even do for breakfast for Thanksgiving Day. I'm gonna wrap these just like and I'll do this also with the mashed potato casserole. And then I'll just write on top of them what they are. And someone in my family, maybe me, has problems slicing from an aluminum thin right. So my little aluminum is always, look at that, y'all. Every time, I don't know why, I have a problem and I can't figure out how to use the aluminum stuff. Okay, so we've got these 2 guys on there. And next we're gonna do the pumpkin chocolate chip bundt cake. I'm gonna write a note to myself that that's what this is. I'm gonna take my Sharpie, which I hope I have one right here. Please, Lord, have a Sharpie right here. I only have my big Sharpie. Do I not have a little Sharpie? I do not. Okay, I'll write this with this guy. Oh my gosh, sweet potato, add topping. Okay, so I'll do the same thing with my mashed potatoes. And I'll put a date. Okay, there we go. Those are done. Okay, who's ready? Let me see if there's any quick questions and then we'll hop over and we'll do, are y'all ready to do the pumpkin chocolate chip cake? Good morning, I'm so glad, Sheila, you're here watching. Hey, Debbie, so glad to see you. Okay, guys, so what are your special things you make? Dollar Tree has, oh yeah, these foil liners are great. I just get them in the foil thing I get these by the foil at Kroger. Okay, are y'all ready to go ahead? Good morning, Kelly. Are y'all ready to make some, this is the big one, y'all. This is the pumpkin chocolate chip bundt cake. And I think I'm actually gonna flip this camera around for y'all so you can see it a little bit better. So hang on. There we go. Okay. Here's the pumpkin chocolate chip bundt cake. I gotta find my recipe from my box. Okay, y'all. Here's the box. All of your box recipes. If y'all have these, how many of you guys already have this one and are excited about these? Here's everything you're gonna make on Thanksgiving Day. And if you order today, we should be able to ship it out to you pretty quickly. That's backwards, isn't it? Let's fix that. Here we go, girls. Dun, dun, dun. There's my wrench. There we go. There's your Thanksgiving Day menu. Are we ready, y'all? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and make this pumpkin chocolate chip bundt cake. Now, I'm not gonna make the frosting today. I'm gonna make everything else. But come on over and let's make this. We've got 3 cups of flour already in there. I'm gonna add in, get it so you guys can get in there and see it. 3 cups of flour are in there. I'm gonna add in a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And again, the wood spoons are in the shop and on sale. Everything's on sale this week with the codes at the top of the page if you do happen to check out anything on Passionate Penny Pincher. Okay, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda. That's a really big one. Oh, 1.5. Hang on. 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. I am so excited about this. I don't know how I'm gonna wait until Thanksgiving Day to actually eat this because it just looks so darn yummy. 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm so excited about this, y'all. Let me get my smaller one. 1/2 teaspoon nutmeg. Oh, it smells so good. A 1/2 teaspoon of cloves. And then we're gonna mix all this together. And I'm just gonna mix this very gently with my KitchenAid. Oh, I wish you could come smell my house right now, y'all. Now we are gonna, in our other bowl, we've got oil, or we're gonna add, here's our other bowl, we're gonna add a cup of vegetable oil to 1.5 cups of sugar, 2 large eggs. It says add oil and sugar and mix well. Okay, I'm gonna read the directions. Add oil and sugar and mix well. Then we're gonna go ahead and, what's next, y'all? I got my oil and my sugar and I'm mixing well, and now I'm gonna add 1 egg at a time, so 2 eggs until combined. Y'all, how many of you wish you were just having this for Thanksgiving? What do y'all make for Thanksgiving? What are your things, and what do you do for breakfast day? What do you do for other meals on Thanksgiving? Because I know one thing for me that's always hard is we make this massive meal, and then it's like, what do you do for breakfast and lunch? And what time, y'all, what time do you serve breakfast or serve Thanksgiving Day? We usually serve around 2 or 3, probably 2. I like 2 because I would rather eat a bigger meal in the day. So I try to do a kind of decent breakfast and then just tell everybody they gotta wait. That's kind of my personal choice. Okay, we've got our eggs mixed in here. Now we are gonna add in flour mixture and pumpkin. Okay, here we go, y'all. We're gonna add slowly to this. We're gonna add a little bit of this. Oh, this is gonna be so good. Oh, too slow. Slow down. And a little bit of, I've got some Libby's canned pumpkin. I'm gonna add a little bit of this. Don't forget, guys, if you will hit the share this button, we will enter you to win a $25 Amazon gift card just for sharing this. So it's an easy way to win something. No breakfast, you eat at 12. You eat at around 2 or 3 breakfasts and snacks before, usually around 2. What do you do for the day after Thanksgiving? My family, when my kids were little, my in-laws would always get a honey baked ham. And it just felt so, to me, it felt so frivolous because a honey baked ham is not something we do very well. We do it once a year, maybe twice, sometimes Easter. Well, usually Easter and sometimes Thanksgiving. So I asked my husband this week, I said, do you think we should get a honey baked ham? And he was like, oh yeah, because his family doesn't love leftovers. They love leftovers, but not leftover poultry. So that way I know they've got some meat for the next day. So we're just slowly adding this in separately. There we go. Y'all, it's a mess. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pop this down. I'm gonna try to see your questions now. Thank you for sharing, Jennifer. I appreciate you so much. Ashley says she gets her Christmas tree the next day. Part of the thing for me the next day is I'm a frugal blogger. So we go into Black Friday craziness the second that I finish up Thanksgiving. So normally my family just eats leftovers and they have their family in town and they all run around and do stuff while I work all day on Black Friday, which is fine. It's a fun tradition. It's kind of like, I love my family, but it's nice to have the day off of family the next day, so I don't mind working so much. Okay. The next thing we're gonna add in, y'all, is a bag of chocolate chips. Kroger brand works for me. Turkey sandwiches for dinner, mayo, mustard. Oh, y'all, are you so excited? I love all the food for Thanksgiving Day. I just love it. I love it so much, but I'm really wanting to eat this bundt cake. It's gonna be all I can do to make it wait till then. It looks so good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about the bundt cake. Thank you for sharing, Shelly and Lori. I appreciate you a ton. Thank you so much for sprinkling. I appreciate y'all so much. Okay, now the next thing we're gonna do. Are y'all ready? I'm gonna tidy up my space because otherwise, y'all, if you could see my kitchen right now, think of all the work I got done today. This is so fun. I'm so lucky that this is my job because I get to get awesome things done while I work, which is fun. Okay, so here's my bundt pan. Y'all can't see that, can you? There's my bundt pan. I got this from Pampered Chef, I think years and years and years ago. I think my mother-in-law gave them to me. One of the things I'll tell y'all about my mother-in-law, so I learned how to do Thanksgiving from her. She passed away last year after struggling a lot of years with dementia. And one thing that I learned from her was how to do Thanksgiving. And one of my favorite stories about Jenny is, one of my favorite things about Jenny was that when I would go to her kitchen, I had grown up, my mom wasn't a big cook. And so growing up, we didn't have all these fancy things like a KitchenAid mixer. And I remember her saying, we were talking about making mashed potatoes and I was working on making them. And I was using my hand mixer at home and she said, Laurie, you can't use a regular hand mixer to make mashed potatoes. I was like, you can sure use one, because she'd always used a KitchenAid. She'd grown up with a KitchenAid. And when I would go to her kitchen, she just had all the fancy things. So I learned without a KitchenAid, which worked just fine. If you don't have a KitchenAid, you can still whip up some mashed potatoes. But it was always just fun to go to her house and have all the right supplies. I'm trying to get this so y'all can see it. This is not gonna work. My hands cannot work this way. Hang on. Let's see how I can do this. Oh, it's very heavy. Okay, hang on. Let's see if we can get this done. I think I got it. There we go. Okay. Y'all, this is a workout. It is so heavy. I hate to even think of the calories in this sucker because I'm feeling it. The weight of them right now, I think it's probably 10 pounds of pumpkin puree right here, y'all. How about that? Oh my gosh, it is so heavy. I can't even tell you. Word. I need to apparently do some lifting. Apparently I have failed on my lifting lately, and I think I'm gonna have to do it just to survive Thanksgiving. Good gravy, that is heavy. Y'all. Okay, we're gonna scoop this out this way. It's also hard because I'm working in a very weird space over here because I'm trying to keep y'all in the video. Okay, this one is gonna bake for 60 to 65 minutes in your oven, I believe at 350. If you have the celebration pack, y'all are gonna love these. I'm just telling you, you can even just try the PDF files. You know what, if you're new here, would you say you're new? Let me tell you, if you're new here and you're watching and you don't know who on earth I am or what on earth I'm showing you, try out the celebration PDF files. They are available in just a PDF file only. You can have all of the recipes for all of Christmas and Thanksgiving done for you. You could see if you even like the menus that we pulled together. I would say that 99.9999999 people that we share these with love them. I think you're gonna love them too. But I know if you're new here, you're probably like, I don't want to trust this girl, but I want to make all these recipes. So that's a great way to try it out. Okay. Phew, yes, grease the bundt pan, Cindy. I did do that ahead of time. Hi, Larissa. I'm so glad you're here today. Newish. I'm so glad, Kathy, that you're here. Okay, so let's see what we got, girls. We just made, hang on. Let me show you. I feel like that was a lot of workout. I did not, Shree, if you're watching, you did not warn me that was going to be heavy. Okay, I've got my pumpkin bundt cake. Okay, we're going to pop this in the oven. Oh, what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to go ahead and pop her in the oven. I'll bake her today, let her cool completely. I want to have her nice and cool, and then I will put her in the freezer. Wrap her up real well, pop her in the freezer. She will be good to go. Then I've got my sweet potatoes done, and then I've got my mashed potatoes done. So I just finished up like 3 of the hardest things from Thanksgiving. Let me answer any quick questions y'all have. If you are interested in the Magic Menu Planning Made Easy boxes, y'all, I'm telling you what, the food is good. If you struggle with not knowing how to do things, I will just tell you, if I can do this, anybody can do this. If you've watched me very long, you know that I am not the best cook or smartest girl on the planet, but I do make some really good food for a whole bunch of people, and we all seem to love it. Hi, you are new, Sandra in West Virginia. I am tickled you're here today. You did not hear the time amount. The time amount on that one, thank you for asking. Sorry about that. The time amount on that one is 45 minutes. Oh, that's the wrong one. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Where did I put my card, girls? Sorry about that. The time on that is bake 60 to 65 minutes until it comes out clean at 350. You have everything, anything new coming in December. Nothing new that I know coming in December. I think we have everything out for the year, so you're good. How do you reheat the potatoes? Good question. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna reheat them like I would do mashed potatoes. I will let them thaw completely, because remember, these guys are gonna be in the freezer. So I'm gonna let these guys thaw completely out, because you don't wanna have them be, you want them to be good. Thaw them out completely, then I will probably really just warm them. Normally, if you were making them the regular way, I'm pretty good about just testing things. Like I've cooked for a long time, so I don't stress about it. But you're gonna bake these uncovered in a 350 degree oven. Probably what I will do, since these will be frozen, is I will let them sit overnight, and then, I'll let them sit to thaw out, and then I'll probably bake them with a cover on them for about 30 minutes, and then I'll kind of see where we're at and adjust based on that. So and I will add a whole lot of butter on top, y'all, just saying. Anyways, yours recipes are the best. They never fail. How to reheat the potatoes. Cindy, I hope that helps. I'm gonna actually, and I will tell y'all, for anybody, any new true watchers, if you've watched this long, you're a real girl here, and I'm super thankful for you. What I'm gonna do in all reality for our own family is I will make these. I'm gonna make the sweet potatoes ahead of time just to test. So I'm gonna freeze these today. I'm gonna make them tomorrow night for dinner to let my husband see what he thinks, if he thinks it all works. And the mashed potatoes I'm probably gonna do on Wednesday, because my family likes traditional mashed potatoes. But this is way smarter, and this is what Sheree does, so I trust Sheree totally. I think you're gonna love them. How do you unfreeze a bundt cake? Unfreezing bundt cake's easy. Anytime you have a baked product like this, you can literally just pop her out of the freezer, let her thaw out for maybe a day, let her sit on your counter. I mean, you don't have to do anything special with this, because there's nothing special in it. Does that help? So Michelle, you're new. I'm tickled you're here. If you are new, let me show you real fast, or anybody who is courageous enough to still be here. If you're new, I just really appreciate that you're hanging out with us this morning. I'm tickled you're here. These are the Celebration Menu Planning Boxes Made Easy. These are boxes where we send you a box with all the recipes you need for all the holidays and everything else. So this is all of the holidays in a happy box. Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, football season, Cinco de Mayo, Mother's Day brunch, Valentine's Day, all in a box. We also have we have a summer menu plan, a low-cal menu plan, a slow cooker volume 2, which is new. I would say if I was new here today, these are the 3 boxes. We have a bundle deal. Just get these 3 boxes, or just try one of the PDF files. You don't know me very well. You don't have to test them out. You don't know me too well. I wouldn't trust some crazy girl on Facebook. But once you read the recipes, see what people see, read the comments, you're gonna love them. But I would do the celebration plan, the slow cooker plan, and the low-cal plan, or the freezer meals probably would be my 2 picks if I were you today. And you're new, and you're courageous enough to trust me. The nice thing you could also do is you could do 3 of these. Just do 3 celebration packs and gift them to your family. That would be a great Christmas gift for everybody on your list. They will love them, I promise. I promise they're gonna love them. Anyways, y'all have an amazing day. Let me know how you do. Let me know if you have questions. We will do our best to keep up with them throughout the day. I am so crazy thankful for you. Y'all have a great day, and we will talk on Wednesday. Wednesday we are doing, I believe we're doing a Thanksgiving centerpiece. How many of y'all on Wednesday will do a centerpiece for Thanksgiving? And then on Friday, we'll talk about prepping your house for everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Have an amazing day. We'll talk soon. Bye, guys.